Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. This is Dr. T, PhD, the prodigy of sports psychology, and I'm here today to welcome a wonderful guest, one of my favorite guests all the way from Montgomery, Alabama, Ms. Gini Thomas. And before Gini comes here on GoTarryn TV, I'd like to ask everyone out there, if you please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. As I mentioned, Gini will be on here momentarily, all the way from Montgomery, Alabama. It's going to be exciting to catch up with her and just see everything that's going on in her world, see how her New Year's treating her, and also some of the new endeavors that she's embarked in, and I think she's going to share that with us as well. So I can't wait to catch up with her because the 30 minutes with her always flies by really fast, and I just love the opportunity to be able to pick her brain and just learn new things like osseointegration and everything else that she's going to share with us right here on today's show. So I'm excited. I can't wait. We're going to be having on here momentarily with Gini Thomas, so don't go away. And remember, with GoTarryn Health and Fitness, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back.
I'm a brand ambassador now for MeUndies, so I launched my first ad for that yesterday.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And so how did you land that? We didn't talk about that. But, so that sounds like something exciting and different.
I've been a customer of theirs ever since like amputation, honestly, because when I was going into the hospital, I didn't want to have to fool with pants, and I wanted to have like boxer briefs that would be modest but still cute. And I just happened upon their website and started ordering from them and loved the company, and I've been a customer ever since. And then like 6 months ago or so, they sent out emails saying they were looking for new brand ambassadors. So I applied, and I finally heard back from them like right before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving, and finally got all the stuff lined up for it. So
that is really cool.
It's exciting.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very, very cool. Well, I don't know how you do it. You juggle so much with your schedule. And I know that you've always got, last time you and I met in person, just all the things that you're just so busy with. So I guess kind of like, what's your story been since, I guess maybe take us back through like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. I mean, you've had a really busy last month or so since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Thanksgiving was fine. I just cooked for my folks. Christmas was pretty low key this year. Usually I have my best friend in town with her kids, but she lives up in Virginia and has just bought a new house or got into a house. So her family went up to see her there, which was great. But so we had to do like our traditional pajama party over FaceTime instead of in person. But it was good. It was good. I still got to catch up with a lot of people over Christmas, and just low key enjoying time with my mom. So I feel like it's probably her last holiday season.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it was still, in spite of the craziness with dementia, it was still a really good day, I think.
Good.
So we'll at least enjoyed being with each other.
That's great. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah. That's great that she has you, and I know you want to enjoy every moment that you can. Yeah, definitely. Our moms, there's only one of them, so I commend you for everything you do, and I know that's tough. But as far as so last time you came here, obviously to Atlanta, do you have your next I guess schedule as far as coming here back to this area? I
don't right now. I do have surgery scheduled February 16th. I don't think I have anything back over in Atlanta before then, unless I need to come see my prosthetics team for an adjustment or something. But I think everything's going really well with it. I've got other trips lined up between now and then. So I don't think I'll be squeezing in a trip to Atlanta until I have surgery. And then that'll just be a quick pop over and back.
Yeah. Well, last time we were talking, and this was off Skype, we didn't get a chance to talk about this yet in this platform or forum, but The thing that was really exciting that I was very interested in for you was now you're doing this with the ambassador for that company, but also the speaking and ambassador other engagements too. I guess, can you kind of walk through what that itinerary looks like that you've got
Yeah.
scheduled right now?
So actually on January 18th,
Hmm.
I'm going to be doing a live Zoom thing for people or potential patients who are interested in knowing more about osseointegration. So
Okay.
it's basically like I'm hosting it with one of the guys from Integrum,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's really, I'll just defer to him if there's a question about the company that I don't know. It's me
Hmm.
hosting it, talking about my experience, answering questions that I can that other people have about it, like how it
Hmm.
went for me and if I encountered any issues along the way and how I dealt with those. But yeah, so that should be interesting just to see what kind of feedback we got. I think I have about 20 or 21 people signed up for that
Oh,
right
great,
now,
great.
so that should be good. And then I'm going to the Hanger Education Fair at the end of January. That's in Texas, the
In
23rd
Texas.
through the 25th.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So just going and spreading the word about osseointegration and continuing to show everybody how cool it is.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You opened my eyes, Jenny, because I'd never heard of osseointegration until I
Yeah.
met you. And when we had our last talk on Skype, and that was kind of the formal introduction of it. I know this is fairly new technology and new medicine. So, what can you kind of maybe for people who like myself, kind of learning what's the latest research and new things that you found very profound and enlightening with osseointegration that really speak to you lately?
So what I think is cool is what they're looking to do in the future. Um,
Hmm.
so right now it's only FDA approved for above knee amputees, but they
Okay.
are doing trials for below the knee and also for arms, upper extremity.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
but then another thing that they're testing is, so what mine is called the Oprah implant, and they're testing this new one called the e-Oprah, which essentially connects into the neuromuscular system.
Oh,
So that
wow.
then the patient is able to control the prosthesis with their nervous system, really. Um,
Wow.
so
Wow.
this patient that they're testing it on went through all kinds of extensive testing ahead of time, just mapping nerves and muscles and everything, and mapping her movements and what muscles were triggered when she moved and nerves and all that. I mean, it's fascinating. It's future. We are living in the future. It is really cool to
It
witness.
is.
I mean, I think in the next 10 years there's going to be so many more changes. I mean, not just
Hmm.
with osseointegration, but prosthetics in general.
Hmm.
As doctors get smarter about methods for amputation as well, and the importance of preserving some of those nerves and muscles for opportunities like this in the
Yeah.
future. So, yeah, I think it's pretty exciting just to kind of be a part of it. Even if I don't get this particular product, it's just cool to be a part of it and know what's going on and watch it evolve, because that's going
Yeah.
to be incredible for patients in the future.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like you said, Jenny, like if you go back, even what, 10 years ago, like the stuff
Yeah,
we're talking about right now, right, has
yeah,
advanced so much.
right.
And oh, that's amazing. Wow. And so that's got to be exciting. And I know when we met and we talked in your terms of kind of like you said, being in that journey. What else kind of excites you with kind of being on that team and kind of surrounding yourself and being again, to use that word again, ambassador, because you've
Hmm.
lived through it and you're definitely living proof of the benefits and advantages. And
Right.
you and I talked off record on how much hope you can give others too, which I think I really hit that when I was talking to you last time, that you kept using the word inspiration, because I really believe that this is so inspirational and provides a lot of hope for people, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's great to meet other patients who have been through worse things than I have. And
Mm, mm.
they're already doing so much better than I am. I mean,
Wow.
the the sky is really the limit. And now in this role, if I can talk to people ahead of time and help them kind of understand the whole journey and try to manage those expectations so that they can be successful along the way, and then actually seeing the end result, like seeing where they were before, like down in a hole, and then watching the journey just as they grow and grow and grow. That's so fulfilling. Like I have to be in some sort of job where I do something like that. I couldn't just sit at a desk and stare at numbers or something. Like I need to know that what I'm doing is making a difference. And when I can see that progression and actually see somebody's mood shift over time, that's the best there is.
Yeah, certainly. And that's so cool about, what you're doing now too, because, I see so many different opportunities. I think I told you this last time, that I thought you should write a book, and, I really do. I mean, maybe not now, but maybe later when you have time, because I know that's the big thing, time consumption. But I really think that with you tracking everything that you're going through and documenting it, and especially with today's technology, like, this Zoom conference you're going to have, and when I met up with you, you were coming from, I think, somewhere in the Northeast, that you were just doing a speaking engagement there too, if I remember that right.
I had just been up in Philadelphia to do
okay.
a work with Integrum.
With all, that's so much. I'm sorry. I just think that there's so much that you can do with that, just putting all that together.
I mean, I met a really great physical therapist while I was up there who has just recently opened up a clinic strictly for working with amputees.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool.
She's so smart, and trying to put together maybe a little virtual talk with her as well. So not just talking about osseointegration, but the overall lifestyle of an amputee. So, exciting. It's very exciting.
It is, and I like that too, Jenny, because that can really educate and teach us a lot, especially, again, like people like me who, again, it's something that we learn. You just taught me 5 minutes ago about this. I never even heard about that kind of technology to be able to go in through muscular, the system of working neurologically and the nervous system. But if you work with that physical therapist and just, I guess, I don't know, did she tell you how she got into that specific niche, or did she share that with you? Because I think that's really fascinating.
No, I haven't gone back into her full history.
Okay.
But she's got an Instagram page where she shares what they're working on and exercises that she does with her patients, because she's not an amputee herself. But she still kind of challenges herself to stay right with them and make sure she can do the things that she's asking them to do as well. Which is important. But she's really, really smart. So I'm excited that I met her for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good person to team up with. That's amazing. That's so cool. And again, I'm so excited for you too to be able to do this. And so it sounds like, speaking to you, this year 2023, and I know we're just scratching the surface, but it's probably going to really fill up for you from what I can tell with your schedule.
It's sounding like it is. I'm pretty excited about everything that's on the horizon. So. We'll see. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah, it sounds that way. And, I think we were talking a little bit about this last time, but what are your kind of range goals here looking into this year of 2023 that you're looking to accomplish, besides what we were just talking about? But what else personally and professionally are you really looking forward to just jumping on, and some of your objectives in the new year?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just want to continue to expand on educating everybody about osseointegration, but also about body positivity too. No matter what your body looks like, if you've had limbs chopped off, if you've been in a fire and you're badly scarred, if you've had all kinds of other crazy surgeries and you think you don't look normal, you should still be so proud of your body for everything that it carried you through and where it brought you. So that getting the ambassadorship with MeUndies, I think, is going to help with that too, because it fully shows off everything, and then I'm proud of it. I mean, I get some kickback on TikTok with some of the stuff that I post, because they say that it's graphic when I show the metal coming out of my leg, and they'll remove my videos.
Really?
And that irritates me, because it's not. They're saying that I'm graphic. This is something that I'm out in the community every day showing, and nobody's turning around or getting all grossed out by it. Like, this is my body. This is something really
Yeah.
cool that has come out that I have access to, this technology, and I want to show it off. I want to tell everybody about it.
So Jenny, I'm really surprised by that they would flag that or find
Hmm.
that in any way, reportable to be taken down. Because
Yeah.
if anything, TikTok really should be, not only grateful, but just like, wow, this is so unique and different that let's
Right.
take a look at this and share this, because think of all the missed opportunities they're going to create for themselves. I mean,
Right.
I don't understand that thought, that logic at all. That's
Yeah.
totally over my head. I
Yeah.
just don't get that.
And normally, like, it's educational stuff. It's
Absolutely.
almost always a post in regards to a question that somebody else asked. Like, they'll
Sure.
ask, how does the skin seal to the metal?
Very
Or,
good question.
you know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
what do you have to do with it daily to keep it clean?
Very fair
So
question.
yeah, but if I show it too up close, then oh no, they don't like that at all.
That to me, that's just so like, again, like I just don't even understand that at all. It
Yeah.
seems I just don't get like that logic, that reasoning. But because again, like, being able to share the details on that, like you said, there's so
Mhm.
much that people can learn, and it
Correct.
is very educational. And again, there's nothing I deem, at all inappropriate or anything that
Right.
you could think of, in that case. So I think the more the more detailed you are, the better, because that's
Right.
going to be very, very helpful,
Right.
to anybody who's interested in watching it. So
I mean,
I
and
don't know. Yeah, that's so weird. It's very
for
strange.
anybody considering the procedure, like, that's kind of
Right.
stuff they need to know. They need to know what they're getting
I
into
would
with
want to
daily
know.
maintenance of it all. And they need to know what it
Absolutely.
looks like and how it feels and what you have to do daily to keep it clean and managed and prevent
Right.
infection. I mean, that's
Right.
all part of the process. So I'll keep putting it out there. They can keep pulling my videos down and warning me and all that stuff, but I'll keep doing it anyway.
Yeah, that's so, again, and I'm kind of naive, and when it comes to TikTok, I've never been on it, and don't use it,
Mhm.
so I just don't understand it. So maybe they have a different. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Maybe I'm just not familiar with how that works. But again, like doing a video and for especially educational purposes,
Mhm.
I think is so invaluable. So I commend you
Right.
to definitely keep doing it. And
I will.
um, yeah, and again, I think that's great to have other opportunities in front of yourself too. That I imagine your year calendar of 2023 probably hasn't even been scratching the surface of as far as what you're going to be booked up for. Because
Yeah.
with this opportunity you just told me about with the MeUndies, I can see
Mhm.
so many other piggyback opportunities coming off this one as well.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'm
Yeah,
excited about it. I've always loved the brand, and when they accepted me, I was over the moon. So it's mutually beneficial. They get an amputee to show off their stuff.
yeah, right.
I get to continue using this stuff that I've loved for 7 years. So it's
That is
great.
so, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that is so cool, And I mean, I would jump at that opportunity myself. I mean, anybody, would love to be able to do that. So it just worked out perfect timing for you. It
It
sounds like it was
did.
meant to be.
It did.
So
Everything works out like it should when it's supposed to. I'm a firm believer in that.
yeah, yeah. That's the entrepreneurial spirit that you talk of. That's the heart of
Yeah.
an entrepreneur. That no matter what, you'll definitely see through changes and obstacles, and turn any tragedies into triumph, which you obviously clearly are doing.
Yeah.
You've demonstrated that, and that's amazing. So the other thing too, Jenny, that I asked you about last time, and I'm really interested in, and we could kind of go into detail on that with your workouts and your routine, because you're
Mhm.
very fitness minded, obviously. How has that been going? Take us through kind of maybe the daily type of workouts and routines. And obviously, we'll have to plug your TikTok and YouTube videos at the end here. But what does it look like, I guess, for anybody out there? Like, what do you prefer in terms of your daily regimen, and what you like to do to burn some calories, burn some stress, build the endorphins, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I of course am a huge fan of yoga. Like, if
Hmm.
I do nothing else, I'm going to at least just stretch
Yeah,
and
I
make
remember you said
myself
that last time.
feel
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
great.
better, just with a
Hmm.
little bit of stretching movement. It's so important to keep my hip flexors stretched.
Good
So
point.
I'm constantly working on that. With my right limb being so short, those muscles get tight so
Okay.
quickly. like just a 2-hour car ride, it gets super tight. So I'm constantly
Ah.
working on stretching that, and flexibility there, hugely important. And then, of course, still the core strength
Yeah.
is just so important for balance. I'm really focusing on trying to strengthen my hip more, just to improve my gait.
Okay.
I do have what's called a Trendelenburg gait, so like I wobble when I step,
Okay.
and that's still from instability and weakness in my hip. It's getting better. I don't wobble quite as much as I walk, but that will continue to improve as I build strength in the hip. And also, I mean, the core plays a big role in that too.
Yeah.
So those are two big things that I really try to focus on every day. I use the resistance bands if I don't want to have the full prosthesis on. That'll help a lot. And for cardio, I will either get on a stationary bike or I'll do burpees. And I started doing some reverse burpees the other day for the first time, and that nearly killed me. I felt really weak after that.
Hey,
but it was fun. I mean, I like finding new things to try that will, just keep things exciting. If I do the same thing for too long, I'm bored. But yeah, so that's pretty much.
You. I take my hat off to you. You know, I do the same workout all the time. I'll admit it. You know, people that know me, they know that I'm probably the most boring workout person there is, because my routine is so redundant and it's so repetitive. I mean, if you watch my workout today, it's the same workout as years ago. And
it works for you though.
It works. I mean, you know, like my thing is I just go in and I just have my preferred, like kind of favorite exercise and all that. But I'll tell you, I'll tell you right now, I'll be honest, and I don't mind sharing with you. I don't do burpees because they're too tough. Like, I mean, I try.
They are. They're really hard. Try them on one leg. Try them on one leg.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, seriously, stuff like that. And when you said reverse burpees, I was laughing because I was like, yeah, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, you should. Reverse burpees are actually more fun. They're really difficult, but I think they're more fun.
Well, I'll try them, but not on camera yet. I got to practice that first. But yeah, so you just jogged my memory too. I remember I was going to ask you this last time because I drive a lot and I'm in my car, and my right hip, I don't think I've shared this with you. I have to tell you, the physical therapist I saw, maybe I did, stop me if I repeating myself, but it's something called snapping hip syndrome, aka dancing hip, dancer's hip, I should say. So they call it dancer's hip because a lot of, I guess, ballet or dancers get what I have. And again, the technical term I think that physical therapists use is snapping hip syndrome. I've never heard of this before. So long story short, the reason why I'm sharing this is because my hip flexors and my abductors on my right side are just very, very super tight. And I think they determined, because of all the driving I do, that with my right knee bent and my right hip flexed in the position it's in is causing it to contract and flex all, pretty much when I'm in my car. So I'm sharing this because a lot of times, and it sounds weird, but what I'll do is I'll externally rotate my leg and I'll just swing it outwards, and it'll be a loud pop, like a gunshot, like pop, really, really loud. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it feels good. It feels like a relief, like a release of just the tightness. And I asked the physical therapist, I'm like, what do I do? And they just told me, they're like, just roll on the foam roller, do the IT band stretching, do the figure 4 piriformis stretch. They told me to try to strengthen my glutes. And they said what you said, strengthen your core. They said the stronger you are in your core, they'll take some of the concept. But it's so weird because I have this talk with some of my clients who, it seems like I keep seeing this with a lot of people that I know who are driving a lot. And they share the same thing, like, yeah, my right hip's tight. And then in my head, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly. They probably got what I have too. It's the same thing. And it contributes to my lower back problems because I have lower back pain a lot. And that's interesting. You said that too. And I'm wondering, when you drive, if you feel after a long drive, coming from Montgomery, for example, up to Atlanta, if that ever gets you. So
I think, so if I'm really on a long drive, I'll take my prosthesis off. So that I can really move my hip around if I need to and be in a different position. But still, even sitting for that long, so your body is kind of in this position.
Exactly.
There gets super tight just from sitting like that. So the first thing I do when I get out of the car is stretch that hip out, pull it back as far as I can, just to kind of move it back to where it needs to be.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, as far as driving, I don't really know any. If I leave my prosthesis on, then my leg really stays in one position the whole time because
Okay.
I don't drive with the prosthesis, of course,
Sure.
because
Sure.
I can't articulate the knee and the ankle while I'm just sitting.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if I just leave it on, then it does feel worse once I get to where I'm going. So that's why I'll take it
Mhm.
off on a long ride so that I can still kind of wiggle my hip around, move things around if I need to. Yeah, I don't
Yep.
really know any other way to do it.
Well, and maybe that's the thing, Jenny. Maybe in the future, it wouldn't surprise me if there is another way that they're going to develop a way to do it with what you were
Mhm,
talking about with the neurological
mhm.
system being able to control that muscle memory. And
Yeah.
let's say that when they are able to develop this, and in that case, being able to drive and not only articulate the hip to the knee, but the knee to the ankle and so
Mhm.
forth, the foot, and that's really, I think we're almost there, and if they
Yeah.
keep going this way, this
Yeah.
technology like we talked about,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me at all.
It's it's going to be cool to watch over the next
Mhm.
decade to see what all comes out.
Yeah, I mean, again, that whole world is just so fascinating, and it's really opened my eyes up so much, that stuff I didn't even think about,
Well,
everything we're
yeah.
talking about, it's just like so amazing. And it's exciting because that you can think of different ways, not only with functions and
Mhm.
functional living, but also with exercise. That fires me up when I think about just different modalities that can be
Mhm.
done in the future. And for example, do you do the TRX, the suspension training with your workouts? Like, basically, you know what I'm talking about, the straps that hang over the door, anchored to the
Yeah.
wall, and you're doing
Yeah.
your own body weight resistance. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking about, if you're doing those, there's different types of balance exercises
Yeah.
that you could do. When obviously, yeah, like better than I do probably in terms of what challenges your balance
Mhm.
best. And like you were saying too a few minutes ago, with being able to improve things like gait and
Mhm.
the way that the hip moves. So, with let me ask you this, Jenny, the question of the different length, let's say, of the legs that they're at. What is the battle plan in terms of trying to get that more balanced or equal or symmetrical? Like, what is the way to, I guess, kind of the long range approach of developing that for yourself in your case?
What are you talking about? You talking about?
Well, yeah, like in terms of when you mentioned about I can't remember the technical term. Remind me of the side to side kind of the walking that you had
Oh yeah,
mentioned.
The Trendelenburg gait. Yeah. So
Trendelenburg gait.
and people will think that like my limb is either too short or too long just because I'm wobbling like that. But I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's not at all. If I'm standing still with my weight even on both
Uh-huh.
sides, everything is even. And
Okay.
this is something that I check with my prosthetist all the time. Actually, the last time I saw him, we decided that it maybe was like a millimeter too short.
Oh
So
wow,
we
that's
just
like
made a
nothing.
tiny,
Oh
tiny
gosh.
shift.
Yeah,
And
that's, I'm sure,
it's
like, yeah, everybody's probably, like, that's
yeah.
nothing.
I mean, so
Wow.
but just a tiny thing like that can make such a huge difference. And that's
Really?
something that can kind of change over time too. Like if your body's out of alignment, if your
That's a good point.
back and your hips aren't even, those are
Oh
things that can
yeah.
change over time. So that's one thing that I always check with my prosthetist. He's so good. His name's Scott Annis, and he works at ProCare in Atlanta in Midtown. Um, but yeah, we're constantly checking my alignment to make sure everything is as best it can be for me to have
Uh-huh.
success with what I'm doing. But
That's
yeah,
interesting. Yeah. I never, I bet most people, because most people, let's face it, aren't active physically and
yeah,
sedentary. I'll bet that the leg length of most people probably is off, um, probably
yeah,
by more than a millimeter or what have
yeah.
you.
And as you have degenerative changes in your spine
Right,
over time, I
exactly.
mean, you can lean one way or the other,
I
or
was thinking about that
your
too.
hips
Yeah,
can be off. So that's something that constantly changes. And with
yeah.
amputees, using a traditional socket, if they have volume fluctuations, if their limb swells, they're going to be up higher in the socket. Versus
Oh,
if
really?
they lose weight, then they shrink further down into the socket. And you
see, I
can
never thought about that.
and
That's
you can kind of manage that with your different socks and foam fillers that you can add in there. But that's another thing to look at, because that can cause a height difference and mess with the gait as well. There are so many things that go into it.
Yeah. See, again, Jenny, like all of this is stuff that I wouldn't have even thought of, but now I do understand that. I could see that as well. Wow, gosh, yeah, like we talked about, there's so much. Unbelievable, gosh. Well, again, I just always keep saying this, I feel like, to you, but keep up the great work. And again, I just take my hats off to you. And it's just so amazing. Everything you're doing is just incredible. I really enjoy being able to get the chance to catch up with you. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
watching the
great to catch
time
up.
here. I know our time's 30 minutes in here. It just flew by like nothing. It felt like it was 2 minutes with you again, like last time.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, though, if it's okay, can I please get the contact information? And also, let's go ahead and plug, the ways people can follow you on social media and get that in as well, too. Please.
Sure. So on TikTok, I'm Gini Thomas, GiniThomas. On Instagram, I am Slim Gini, SlimGini. And on Facebook, just Gini Thomas. I think that's all the places I am.
Well, that's all the places for now, but
Yeah.
and then of course MeUndies, they can follow you on there as well too. They can, and by the time we do our next video blog together, there's probably going to be more things you're going to be telling us about here, I'm sure. So
We'll see.
We'll see. I think so. Yeah, these are so fun to do. Seriously, Jenny, I really appreciate your time and flexibility, being able to do this with me. And if it's okay, let's please do another one of these next month.
Absolutely.
To catch up, provided your time and your schedule. But I'll let you get going, and when we fade to black, we'll get that contact information on the screen. And again, just keep up everything you're doing, and just this amazing journey. Thanks for letting us be able to be a little part of it and follow you in this journey.
Thanks for tagging along. I appreciate the support for sure.
Our pleasure. And let me know too, please, Jenny, next time you're here in Atlanta, and stop on by, and we'll have to collaborate. And again, just pick your brain and get the chance to be able to see what exciting new ventures that you're delving into by that time.
Absolutely. Will do.
Very good. And most importantly, too, one more time, the date of your next surgery. It was February 16th. I had it written down.
February 16th. Yes.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll talk before then, but yes, definitely please keep us posted on that, and we'll definitely be keeping you in our thoughts on that too as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, my pleasure, Jenny. Thank you, and take care. And again, I really appreciate your time, and this was a lot of fun, like always. Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Jenny. We'll see you next time. See ya. All right. Bye-bye.